Parker.
All right, Flash. What's going on, my man?
How you been, man? It's been a long time no see.
I'm
Long time no
doing pretty
see.
good. I'm doing pretty good. Everybody, well, well, welcome to week one, day one, match one, map one of the MVA Elysium division. How are we doing today?
I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good myself. Yourself, you said you were pretty good.
Dude, I'm
I'm
feeling I'm feeling pretty spicy. I do think we are going to be jumping into map picks and bans relatively quick here, but I did want to give a quick introduction. As you can see by my name, I am the retired god, but they call me Baco. I am here joined with a good friend of mine, who is also the GM of the Flaming Tanukis, Flash.
Hello, what's up, guys? Nice to meet you all.
Yeah.
Making a comeback from season two.
Oh yeah, from the grand finals, bringing it back, bringing it back. By the way,
Alright.
Icy, there you go, buddy. That was just
All
for
right.
you. All right, and looks like we're going to be jumping into map picks and bans here. Um,
Just with a clarification, Kittens and Mittens will be starting off with their first map ban.
no. You want to go ahead? I cannot see the map picks and bans as they are
I
live, so
got
if
you.
you want to go ahead, thank you.
Of course, I got you. I got you. So yeah, the Kittens and Mittens will be getting their first map ban, and I believe they'll also be getting their first map pick, but so far they have not chosen yet. Um, KWM. I mean, from what I remember, there used to be a lot of like a big split aficionado team from last
hmm
season. Let's see if they want to go with the same thing this season, which I doubt it, especially after those split changes.
Yeah, the split changes were intriguing, but overall, the gameplay of the map seemed to be pretty similar.
Yeah, they were very, very subtle. I'm not. They were very subtle, but at the end of the day, I think it still makes it a different map. I mean, not saying
Yeah,
that it makes it meta or anything, or a
no,
lot of the stuff is going to be changed, but enough
no, it
for
is.
maybe some agent compositions to be reworked.
Right. It's good enough. It was definitely an improvement, but my personal opinion, I still really do not like the map. But hey, I have to get used to it, and like you said, KWM do tend to favor that map, and I am now a part of that roster, so I'm gonna have to learn to like it, whether I like it or not. So.
I mean, how do you feel about today, man? You're a part of the roster, but unfortunately, they didn't want to start you, bro. What's up with that?
No, it's okay. I mean, dude, I have full faith in my teammates. I will say that. Um, I've been practicing with them. We got some correct players. There's definitely a reason why I'm subbing, and they are not. But oh, okay. Looks like we have a little bit of a delay on map picks and bans because they are also picking for the Asphodel team right now. Um, so there might be a slight delay on that, but um, will do decent. They have been practicing a lot together, as have I. And I know Techie in particular is really excited to try and take down the so-called legend of the MVA, Sayo. So, but little does he know, there's also Cell and Mako and Unrated and Orange that he also has to get through. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I've I've seen a lot of talk about this techie kid. Going back to VDC, he's been showing a lot of promising stuff, and then even in the chats and everything, he seems to be like the villain art type guy. You see the gifs he be posting. He seems like he wants to take
hmm
down everybody. He wants to be the top of the top, going for that MVP.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
definitely don't think
absolutely.
you'll take that from my boy Zav, the reigning MVP from last season, but let's see how that goes.
Yeah. And it looks like I did get a message from Elliot, the coach of Kittens with Mittens, and he does. I do believe they may be starting map picks and bans here very shortly if they have not done so already. But I'll let you take it from here, Flash.
Of course, I think Teki is a very good player, like I was saying. But
hmm
Now, speaking about SCG, I mean, we look at the dynamic duo right there. Let's not deny that we have
Yeah,
Celerom and Makoto. But Seo, I believe that's Seo, right? Shironeko, that's Seo, yeah.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
That trio right there is very scary for the league in general. I think they're gonna be a very good power to go against, especially on whatever map you decide to go. I think having those three right there are gonna be going. I'm a little late to this, but from first map, looks like I'm sorry about that. First ban was going to Pearl. Kids from Mittens banning Pearl. I'm a little
Okay.
late, but SEG banning Split.
Okay.
Ascent going to be the first pick by Kittens with Mittens.
Awesome.
Uh, Snowcap Gaming going with the Bind pick. I love the Bind pick. And now
Interesting.
Fracture going to be the second ban for Kids with Mittens. Just wanted to catch us up a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
All right. Yeah. No.
But what do you think? What
So
do you think?
so it looks like it's gonna come down to Lotus and what?
Haven.
Haven. So
And
we're gonna
speaking of
finish with a
Lotus,
3-site map.
yep. Speaking of Lotus, were banned by Snowcat Gaming, and it looks like the decider will be Haven.
All right. All right. So honestly, I'm kind of excited for this lineup of maps here. I do know
Okay.
Ascent is, the most run through uh map there is with the predefined meta. But I am excited to see if we'll see anything different from SCG. Obviously, I have a good idea of what comp KWM will be running here. But SCG might pull something different with Seo, maybe even on like Arena, maybe. I
Yep.
don't
And
know. I don't know.
speaking of Ascent, Kittens with Mittens gonna be attacking first. For map
All
one,
right.
I think has definitely a little bit of a. Maybe, I mean, I guess a push through. I think Ascent is a very CT sided map, or
I
depending on
agree.
what comms you're running, actually. But and yeah, it looks like KWM will be attacking on all three maps.
Oh, very well.
So I
To
mean,
be
looking.
honest, I think I like that though, because if you can start off with an attack sided half, that's relatively decent on Ascent here. That's just gonna bring a lot of positive momentum that's going to push them towards that win in the first map, which would be ideal because they'll probably be catching a second win during that defensive half, knowing that that one's going to be a little bit easier, and then they might even end up having a little bit of that momentum carry them into the second and third maps there. So if it comes to it, I'm just saying it might.
uh, I
Um,
see. I see a little bit of a strategy going on, making sure that Seo is defending on all maps first. And I mean, it's not a secret. Seo is definitely an aggro player, and I think that the strategy here from KWM is just to make sure that they don't get any momentum from the beginning of the matches. And it
yep.
looks like we're gonna be starting soon to Agent Select.
All
Go.
right.
All right, and with our first pick, Ascent.
There we go.
Let's see what kind of agents we're looking at. Let's see.
All right.
I,
Looks
I
so far so standard.
Yep. Oh.
Oh.
I don't know about
I would.
standard anymore.
Yeah, I would like to believe that that's your standard troll, but I guess you never know. Never know with if it's Seo hovering it. Never mind. Oh, it's
Hey.
unrated this time. Okay, I see. Mr. Sentinel.
Okay. I mean, I don't know exactly what KWM is looking like in terms of who's gonna be playing who,
Right.
but for SEG, I definitely see something that we all were going to see. But looks like they're gonna be
Yes.
trolling.
Three.
So
Yes. I was definitely expecting to see the €4 comp, €5 comp as well, especially from unrated. But in all seriousness though, from unrated, I would not be surprised if they have him on Cypher instead of KJ. Looks like we're gonna go for a mirror match just based on what was being hovered earlier. But it looks like a pretty standard comp here from KWM on the attacker side.
and I mean, I don't know a lot about all the KWM players, but Anthony, Viper Wolfie, and Ray, I mean, They seem all to know each other. They all seem like a great chemistry team to be put into a team. A good trio right there, and then paired with the fragger of Techie. Now, Chugs, I believe, was also part of that trio. So
correct, yeah.
I guess
Ray
he's
and
just gonna
Chugs
go
are
forward.
brothers.
Oh, interesting.
Built-in
That's the first time I've
chemistry.
heard that.
Yep,
And
yep.
looks like we're gonna be getting a little bit of traditional compositions.
Yep. Mirror comp game for game 1 of Elysium.
Yep.
Love to see it. Probably is not going to be the way that I would describe this game, but you know, it is what it is. It's Ascent, you know.
Yep. And
Again, what you asked for.
one of the things I would like to point out is Porridge versus Chugs. Let's see what we got. I mean, I think Porridge is a great controller player. I've seen him a little bit of his Omen. I'm gonna be honest. I know he's a Omen main from what I've heard. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be going into a quick pause first. But
Yeah.
like I was saying, Porridge is a great Omen player. I mean, just a smokes player to be honest. And it looks like we have quite a bit.
Now
of
we have an early
messy
DC
start.
from Cell. Early DC from Cell. Hopefully, it's not something that persists throughout the game, but I guess, you know, we will find out. Looks like he crashed, so ideally we won't have to restart the map here, but I guess we will find out here. Only time will tell. Just based off. Okay, looks like he's back.
I think we shall be fine.
So it looks like from what we can see here, just from the map, it looks like they are going to be opting for a hit on B with Techie, Chugs, and who is that? Anthony, all grouping up around a B, and now we have the Sova joining in with the bomb. I do like the lurk from KJ going, looking to be opted to go towards Cat here, but does have the alarm bot to watch to see if there's any early aggression out of A main here as well. Here we go, 5 seconds till match start. And do they go fast? Do we have an observer, by the way?
All right.
Techie taking that first early entry. Does Anthony does get a spot on. Jet is on site, but everybody is lagging behind. This is a little dangerous. That is an early pick on Techie. That is not what you want to see. A little bit of early timing issues, but it is the start of the season, so it is nothing to really be afraid of here. Ray does manage to pick up. Oh,
looking like
wait
a 2v1 situation.
Ray is on a 1v2 here, 1v2 situation, but he is very low on health. I would be amazed if he does clutch this, but I have seen him in tougher situations. Oh, and some absolute whiffs from Cell, but he cannot close it off. Orange taking the round down. What did you see that you liked there in that first round?
I'm pretty sure it was caught on stream, but that random one tap through the smoke with the classic was just godly. We've seen a bunch of those back in the older seasons, but just to see that as one of the first matches, that's crazy. I mean, I'm a big fan of one taps with the classic, so that was just great. I mean, he did receive a lot of damage there from that KJ bot, but still, man, you know, it's through a smoke. I think that's great. But based on the push, I think B's looks like it's going to be a very hard side to push.
Yeah, it looks like, oh, can he get that pick? No, he cannot, but it looks like they are going to be opting for a fast hit up Cat. They're making all the noise that they can, and only man to stop them is Porridge. Techie getting a quick pick on.
Oh my god! Here.
And now they are all stuck. The two-piece with and they just get sandwiched. This is not looking good for Ray. Can he finish it? No, he cannot. Cell with the three-piece on the eco. You gotta love the eco frags.
I love them eco frags, man. I mean, getting that double kill right there with the grenade was kind of insane to see. I definitely think KWM is trying to do a 5-man push. I think that's going to be the strat from them. But I don't think that's going to work, especially on Ascent. Ascent being a very passive map, kind of have to take control of mid. You know, that mid control is very important. And KWM necessarily just they're just neglecting it. They don't care.
Looks like we do have some pings for an Omen blind potentially on Jenny. Um, that dart is not going to spot anyone, unfortunately. I don't know if that was an intentional dart just to clear heaven, but it looks like they are being slowed up by the defensive Omened smoke there in the choke point. But they are just holding, waiting for some aggression here. Which is not very surprising, being that they are well aware that SCG does have weaker guns, but it looks like the execute is happening now. The KO Molly is a little bit off, but it will stall enough. That is an unfortunate timing with the flash, but Teki is still able to get a kill. Sayo does get a pick with the Sheriff, but now it looks like a nice reset. They're going to go ahead and close the door there and get bombed down.
Spike planted.
Sayo can be dangerous with this Sheriff in his hand, so we will see. We will see. Smoke's going up again to hold for heaven, but it looks like they're going to be regrouping up here and trying to push out of tree.
Oh!
Ray says no, though. And it looks like it's just going to be a Mako with the Sheriff up in heaven, and now bullets are flying. Oh!
God!
An incredible shot from Mako. Unfortunately cannot get any more, but does damage the economy for Kittens with Mittens a little bit there, but it was a clean take, and it was a good way to hold for that early aggression here.
Yeah.
What do you think we'll see from this round? You think they'll default?
You lose your buy round. You know, you're kind of forced to do a little bit of a split buy. I mean, we pull up their economy. It's not that great from them. You know, looking like I lied actually. They got full shield and one Spectre and a Sheriff. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not great either. It's not where you want to be.
Yep. I could see them trying to grab some orbs for Teki here. Teki, looks like there might be some early aggression from Sayo out of mid, and unfortunately my screen is not seeing any. Oh, okay, and looks like Sayo does get the kill there. So looks like they are going to be regrouping and hitting towards the A site here now. I think they know that the jig is up with Unrated taking a peek out of mid and getting a pick on who was it? KO up in mid there, but it looks like they are just going to fall apart here in tree, which is a little bit unfortunate, and a flawless round from SCG.
3-1 situation. I don't know, man. I mean, you're gonna be looking at a split buy as well if they have the money. Chug's not having enough to buy a full rifle. But speaking of the previous round, like, I mean, you saw the KG mid, you saw the Killjoy putting that aggression, got an early pick from people not watching mid bottom. Like I said, I think Ascent is a very important map to have mid control, and KWM not necessarily taking full
advantage of that. Yeah. But here we go, answering the call, having looks like a push straight up mid. It looks like they do have the read though by that smoke, but they just decide to rush straight through it. Will Unrated expect or will they expect Unrated here in this early corner? Oh, what an incredible Omen blind, completely stalling that push. Now all of a sudden they are trapped, but this little sandwich from Viper will, that should be a free site now. You have Chugs teleporting to switch, will get on, but they do not decide to close it because there is somebody still in market, but it looks like he will find the timing against the KO, but Cell is able to pick him up and sell a ROM now in a 1v3 situation. I don't know if he will be able to pull this one out. This is not a very easy situation to be in, especially with everybody being kind of doubled up here other than Viper on site. But they do have an idea, but now no peek off of that contact from Anthony. A little bit questionable. Can he predict this? Oh no. And all of a sudden we have a 1v1 situation. Play time as much as you can. He is blind, and unfortunately Antony, well, I guess fortunately for me, Antony is able to get that final kill. Looking like about halfway to a comfortable attack side.
I mean, look at it this way, man. They were able to get the round, but they lost 4 rifles. I think to that
That
is
is
a
true.
W for SCG.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really does hurt to see it right after winning a round, your team only being able to buy um, sheriffs and marshals here. But they do have 4 alts to work with, so they might be able to take this one down if
that is
they
true.
choose to use those. They do break the KO knife, but they did hear 2 gunshots. They do know at least 2 people are here. Looks like there is a little bit of an early gunfight here in mid, but they do decide to slow it down
So
a little bit.
the
We do have the ult coming out from Techie though, which is good, being that it is a save round for the team. Were they able to get an extra buy out of it? No, they were not though. So we will see if Techie can get some early frags with these knives.
and jump picking spawn is crazy here by Makoto, but that looks like to be his strategy. Trying to get very early information.
But unfortunately, it is now smoked off, and that jump peak is not going to do anything. But he decides to stick with it for a little bit longer. The Omen blind though does catch Techie. I think they are looking to hit A here. An excellent flash from the Omen, and they are on site. Techie getting really aggressive here into tree. Unfortunately, that KO ult was able to shut down his knives, and now they are getting bombed down on Jenny. They are separated. Unfortunately, Seo does find a pick on Ray, trying to escape there. Somehow escapes with his life. Anthony really needs to go huge with this rifle here. Seo is prioritizing the person who doesn't have a gun, which is frankly insane, but I think he might just have a little bit of early nerves. Now it's just all on Anthony. Does have the weapon, but he does need to reload. Does not get hit by that flash, but unfortunately, Cello Rom coming in and cleaning up the final kill for the round.
I definitely think that was a great round. I mean, looking like they're taking notes from me. You know, I said you need that that mid control, and that's looked a little bit like they were kind of shifting to. I think it's a little bit of a pain when Viper Wolfie is not really kind of. I mean, U2 KJ U2 is great for defense, but for offense, it's not really a lot. We're gonna have a timeout here from JK Elliott, but we're gonna continue to keep talking about that previous round. Unrated pushing up a little more mid bottom is kind of making it a pain for them. I mean, it is getting smoked off, but it just makes it easier for the KJ to lurk up into the smoke, and if they try to push into it, you know, you get a pick. You have the Sova jump peeking spawn is getting them information. Like I think
which I do like that, because if you are going to be having a player in unrated be sitting in pizza, as soon as Mako spots somebody up in mid, you could play off of that contact and swing unexpectedly from the attacker's point of view. So I do like that kind of setup, especially if you're not going to be setting your alarm bot there and just setting it and leaving it as if it's a tripwire from the other Sentinel agent.
Yeah, it's saving you whatever credits you're doing. You know, it saves you money, it saves you time, it saves you early information.
Yeah. Now it does look like they SCG will try and get a little bit aggressive out of A here. Unfortunately, it does not look like it will entirely pay off. They did just burn a bunch of util, but at least they know that that is no longer a concern, and it looks like they will be calling for an early rotate onto B. They are unbeknownst of all of that util. Looks like we have an early gunfight between Anthony and Seo, and clearly Seo is going to win that, but we do have a KJ ult that is going to proc the ult from Sova, but he misses. He absolutely whiffs. It is a blind shot, so I'll give him some credit, but he did try. Looks like they're going to be flooding on a site here. Techie already has the entirety of site in control. We do have one person get tagged from the Sova drone. Looks like the retake starts now. We do have one person in Ray, maybe playing lineups, but it is just deciding to play a little bit back here. But we do have Chaos on switch. Viper Wolf with a 3-piece. Unfortunately, Techie decides to say no to the ace, but he does get the 4K in a very clean round, with the KJ ult potentially being persuaded by or influenced by the complete whiff from Sova's ult there. But I do like to see a pretty close first half of Ascent here. It looks like it's going to be a pretty competitive day.
I mean, this is just what exactly you expect from Ascend. I mean, if you have two good teams go against each other, you're gonna see a close match. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of disrespected KWM a little bit, but to see a 4-3 to start it off,
Hey man, they
like
have me
good.
on the bench. I mean, they must be insane.
That is true. That is true, man.
Looks like we do have an early hit though, and KO bringing out the ult. Will they tag somebody? It could be. You could argue that that is a little bit of a wasted ult, being that the opposing team is on a horrible buy. But it looks like it's going to be a 5v5 retake, which really is not going to be the very clean situation for a retake here. I think this is, I don't want to jinx anything or say anything too early, but this is looking like it's going to be a win from Kittens with Mittens here. They are closing the distance with the Bucky here. He might even get a cheeky kill. Will he? No, he will not. Mako going insane with the Sheriff, though. Unfortunately, cannot close it out. Does not make it a clean round, a flawless round for Kittens with Mittens, but does do a little bit of economic damage.
I mean, if we look at the scoreboard here, we have Viper Wolfie stepping it up from the KJ. I've seen a lot of controller from Viper Wolfie, but to see them on that Sentinel, that kind of shift and still fragging, I mean, that's a little bit of crazy.
Yeah. See them a lot on Sky and other initiators, but with Antony coming in and playing Flash Initiator instead, we have a total shift in what I was practicing with. So, Techie gets an unfortunate stray bullet, and Seo does take down the opposing Jet. Jet diff, maybe. But I won't do dirty. I won't do my boy dirty like that. That was all luck. But they do have sight now with a KJ ult. And we do have, looks like a split retake, but Seo now might be warm. He might be in prime form. Will be hunting for the ace. Does have the 3Ps. And do we get the first ace of the season? Yes, we do.
No, we did not.
Seo showing why he is considered a legend in the MVA.
All right, Paka, let's settle one thing here. You will not take my boy Icy's first ace away from him, okay? Definitely the first ace of season 4, but that will be the first ace coming from Snowcap Gaming, and it was very good to see. I want to talk about a little bit, kind of just, isn't B supposed to be very hard to push when you have a KJ? Like, let's be real, man. That's like the usual.
It is true,
KJ.
And they have successfully taken B.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of like one of the things I'm kind of seeing on a little bit of an unnatural KJ player. I mean, not necessarily setting up B and controlling a site, but working for them, I guess.
They do get a lot of pings with an unbreakable KO knife there, but it does not look like Kittens with Mittens are very phased by that. It looks like they are getting ready for an execute. They are not playing on site whatsoever. It does look like they do have a KJ ult, so they are probably opting just to play retake here and not really contest site. Let them use all of their util in order to get on, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. KO knife is down, does not ping the KJ, but it looks like they are just going to be playing retake. I think we need to see a little bit of aggression here from Kittens with Mittens. But that does not look like it's going to be the case. We do have a Sova ult from the opposing team, and here it comes. Can he hit it though? Does he choose to? He does break it. So he already has a 1-up on Cell from Cell's ult. It's proving to be far more effective than Cell's was. And Viper clearing out with a little 2-piece and Ray.
Oh my
after
god.
clutching up by destroying the KJ ult, will take down the last player there.
I mean,
we got the scoreboard really quick.
And
yeah, I would absolutely be taking a timeout if I'm Clips here. I would like to see a little bit more of a dominant CT side from the defenders, and that's just that'll be the same way that I look at it when I'm looking at KWM as well. If it's 10-10 when KWM are defending, I would 1000% be taking timeout and maybe cussing them
Yeah.
out. No, I'm just kidding. I'd be a little bit lenient, but you know, these are the rounds that matter because you know it's going to be a little bit easier on the defender side.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely think the timeout should have just been waited until your team full buys, especially seeing a sheriff light shield and a vandal light shield. But that's just the way I coach. That's the way I call my timeouts.
No, that is
Uh,
fair. Yeah.
I mean, it's still not a bad time to
Well,
do
the
so though. I mean,
timeout
they're
did
getting a lot of
interrupt the
momentum.
buy though.
I
So
mean,
with
you look
so
at
with the buy phase interrupted, they might have been looking to try and force this round. I guess we will see here. But I don't know.
maybe not. I mean,
Looks like the
it looks
classic
like Cell
techie
is not
strat of
changing his mind.
5-man push-up B might be the play here.
There it is, save round. There you go.
5-man push-up B. They are opting to save with the Guardian from Mako with a Hero Guardian, if that's a thing. But it looks like they are going to go quick exec, which I am not opposed to whatsoever. Will they try and contest this? I don't think that Omen blind did clear Mako. It did not.
Oh,
And Mako is going crazy with the Guardian, which is a 100% something that he absolutely needs to do. And it looks like they will take down a save. Can he clutch this though? Chugs on only 6 HP. It is looking quite hopeless. Dodges one flash, but that is one flash that you cannot avoid from Omen.
oh.
They are just spamming it. They know that he's there. Just in case they do throw all of the initiator util, he is able to get another player. He must break it though. Does he try to give himself smoke for cover? Does TP away. He only does have one more bullet, but they are trying to give him 1v1s. They are trying to play this poorly.
One enemy remaining.
And all of a sudden, this is looking very manageable. He does a fake TP again.
Oh,
and he is
not enough.
so close. Oh my
Nah.
goodness. Absolutely phenomenal round
Last round
by
in the half.
a save round by SCG there, but they did try to keep it
I mean, that was beautiful. Just
nice
watching
for the
him, watching him sit in boats, trying to clutch up. You got the picks, you got the 1v1s, you got them where you want them, but just not having enough HP to take that last fight. I think.
yes, which is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, very very unfortunate. But still, I mean, you were able to do is that much. You know, it cuts and puts a little pressure on their mental. You know.
Absolutely. It looks like they might be taking a little bit of mid control here. They do waste an Omen blind, but Anthony with an early first pick, and they are going to shove it up mid. It looks like, especially after but Cell with the KO ult, and now Viper Wolf coming out with the KJ ult, the lockdown, looking to get a clean entry onto site, but unfortunately, Cell is holding this, and Techie and Anthony are stuck in mid, and they are really slowing down this push, being that their duelists are no longer here. But it looks like they will try to get a little bit aggressive. Guns are blazing, but nothing is happening. But and Porange and Cell are able to take down the mid aggression there. We do have the Omen blind in the really sneaky position. Oh, and they are unfazed. What are you looking at? You need a map, sir.
Somebody called Dora.
It is just a 1v3. Can he pull a Chugs and masterfully clutch this up? It is the last round, so running to mid and trying to save is not worth it here. But looks like the call from the teammates have come in that it is the last round. There's no point in trying to save. You will get one, but unfortunately Viper Wolfie is able to take it down with the shorty there. 6-6 half, quite impressive from both teams here.
Oh
Definitely, if I am SCG, I am looking for a little bit stronger defensive half, but the fact that it is at least even gives you a little bit of hope that it's going to be even throughout the other half of the map as well.
I think this is where the strategy comes in. You know, you let Sayo press W and get kills.
Yep, but
I'm
unfortunately,
excited
you know,
to
I
see-
think Techie, they might be trying to push out of A here with a nice early Omen blind, but never mind, because Omen didn't buy his blind. It looks like Techie's just gonna might be holding an aggressive angle, proccing the cloudburst and trying to dash back onto site. They
Oh,
do set up an early one-way though, and I do like that. It is going to absolutely stall the aggression out of A. Now it looks like we're going to get an early gunfight on Anthony and Sayo here in mid. Did they spot each other? They did now. It
oh,
is a 3.
okay.
Oh, and Sayo with the early pick. The Omen blind does come in. Unfortunately, Chugs is not able to take it down. That just shows how valuable that 400 credit Omen flash is. But now it is a 4v2 with all 4 players on site. I don't know how you're going to take this one away.
And looks like we're gonna have some good positioning here from Viper, Wolfie, and Ray. Maybe try to play some
Yeah.
some
Maybe
early
some
picks.
post plant and wine from Porridge and Mako.
One suppressed.
Guns are firing.
Oh,
And it looks like it's all up to Ray. He is able to get one, but unfortunately cannot close out the round. But, you know, in that situation, taking down one is all you can really ask for there. Looks
very
like Mako
beautiful
again is
push.
going to opt for the Ares here, though. That was a very nice push. Very well executed with the Omen flash there. Anybody in tree stood no chance. I was really hoping to see that early aggression and the paranoia from Chugs there. But it looks like they might be trying to just do a full retake here on B, which unfortunately does not look like it's going to pay off. But I do 100% like the idea and the play here.
And it looks like they get
I
information.
think they're very early noticing, yeah, that this is going to be a B hit there, but they are taking their time, unknowing that the opposing team, all 5 of them, are about to be behind them. Nobody is watching,
Oh,
and now they think it's just a lurking KJ, and I would too, but now they all need to be swinging because their time window is gone. But the bomb, they could have killed the bomb while it was in mid, and that was just such unfortunate timing that they choose and try to hold A instead. But now every player is on site except for one person lurking pizza, which, you know, you don't always want to see somebody lurking with a gun because you can give them an opportunity for a free gun, especially if they're going to be pushing all together like you just saw there. Looks like they're going to do a 2v2 split. I think they are aware that that Cell is holding B main there a little bit aggressively, and they are regrouping. Looks like some of them did get pinged there, but they did regroup and are going to be doing a 4-man push out of B.
oh,
And
Sayo.
unfortunately, Sayo with an early pick or not early, but absolutely obliterated by the paranoia there. Nothing's gonna stop a 75 bullet mag from an Ares and somebody that you can't see through a smoke, you know?
I mean, definitely. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a loss for words about what I'm saying. I witnessed a team fully push out of A and a team fully rotate mid when they saw they push out of A. Like I'm very
Yeah.
appalled. I'm at a loss for words, man. This is not your typical gameplay that we're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will say for SEG, it is a very positive sign when you do win pistols on attack, because you know that is going to give you an edge, especially on what is believed to be a CT-sided map. Looks like they are going to be playing a little bit of default here. They do know that that KJ did push out of A last round. Did they know that all 4 of them did? I don't think so. They did only see KJ there. But now we're just holding for that aggression, but they did not decide to aggress out this time. They do hear the Sova drone there, and it looks like they will they are comfortable with calling an A hit here. It is still a 3-2 split by the defense though, and oh, they're just going to grab orb and cut noise. Now, you know, they know that Unrated has full control of mid. There is absolutely no KJ util up there. They might not be aware. They do now have pings going out in mid though. Techie could get an early pick here. And Techie with the first blood on KJ. Now all of a sudden they know that the jig is up. They have to go fast.
30 seconds
And bomb is down with nobody else on site. Sayo dashes down and they are split up. Sayo is alone. Can he get another one? No, he cannot. It is all up to Sayo, and unfortunately he cannot clutch out the round. Techie showing him why he wants to take him down this season as the best Jet main.
Getting. Yeah, I mean, especially coming from the first half, you know, ending the half at 4 and whatever the deaths was. To be honest, it's been a little bit of a bummer from the techie, but looking like he's trying to make a step up, trying to make a statement, trying to come for that best jet NA. And it looks like
Yup,
we're
and it
gonna
looks
be
like
looking at
this
a
time is,
four-man push B.
and we are also
But
looking at a coordinated push out of A. But
oh,
like Saya with an early pick. I'm not even looking at B side right now. Looks like they are now in a 4v1 on B. I don't see why you don't just yeah, sprint on. Got a little and Ray in a position is able to get an early pick, does spot one Logs, and Logs is alone. Oh, and an excellent flick. Can he get 3? Yes, he can. The only person left is Porridge on site. He is planting for the creds, but I don't see him taking this one out.
oh,
Yeah. And Chugs with the Omen diff. Oh my goodness. Showing him why Porridge is on the bottom of the leaderboard and he is not.
a little bit of a chuckle there. I'm sorry. but I mean, this is why. I mean, Ray's proving why he was KWM franchise player. I mean, very good player, very good flicks he has, good agent selection.
Someone you can rely on.
Of course, and kind of getting backed up by Viper Wolfie there. Viper Wolfie going for not necessarily cheap, but not too expensive either. And I think that was definitely a steal from KWM.
Absolutely. What looked like an unwinnable round in a 1v4 situation on B site, Ray was able to turn it into a 2v2 and then even a 1v4. The early arrow from B spots nobody, and the one time that they choose not to aggress out of A, looks like that's where the opposing team is going to be. But it is KJ's site, which does make sense why they aren't going to be pushing out if KJ's going to be set up there. But I think they are aware, with the Omen smoke getting placed down, that KWM is ready for an A hit, because it looks like they are grouping back up into mid and are pushing up cap, but it looks like they will still opt to hit A. They're just no longer hitting it all through main. We do have, of course, the KJ ready to pinch when they do want to execute through site there, and off they go. They did all just get pinged, so the jig is up again, and they know now that they are trapped. If I'm Anthony, I'm trying to jump peek mid, and we are well aware I would be calling a rotate ASAP. There's Ray. Chugs with an early pick on Sayo. Techie getting an early pick, and a Techie with a kill through the smoke. Absolutely great. What's the word? It starts with an I. Not intelligence, but like intellect, I guess. To shoot through the smoke there and get a kill on KJ.
I mean, especially after that Vandal
Insight?
and Phantom.
I don't know. Intuition. That's the one.
I'm loving this casting here with Paco, but like I was saying, especially after that Vandal and Phantom's nerf, I don't think you want to spray anymore. You know, they're trying to get rid of that spray meta. You only have a certain amount of ammo. Like I think maybe that's probably why they didn't want to do it. But you never know.
Yeah.
In terms of
what do you think?
scoreboard
What do you
right
think
now?
Cliffs is talking about here?
What was that?
What do you think Cliffs is discussing here with his team?
Guys, step it up.
You know,
you never know, man.
Everybody's
coaching is different. Like I said,
yeah.
I
Yeah. They did just lose 3 straight rounds, but this round is really going to matter, being the next gun round for SEG. You definitely don't want to see a team string together 5 round wins in a row, but we'll see what they pull out. The last time they came back from a timeout, they did win on a save round with some very clutch kills from Mako in the Guardian on B. So, you know, I'm sorry, they are full buying. Oh wait, no, no, I said that already. Yeah. But it looks like they are going to shoot for a exec on A, and they are going fast. They say, here's, oh wow, excellent lineup from Cell, knocking that down, and Chugs is able to get a kill, but unfortunately it's on the person that can get res. So that is going to be a useless kill there. But Ray getting an early kill on Porridge there on the planter. very good ult, especially on a round that you would very much like to win. Viper Wolfie starts it off, turns this into a 3v3 situation with one person alone on site and 2 people playing post. They do break the Sova drone there, and that is the next drone that they absolutely needed to break. Unfortunately, that dart is going to get a ping off. I don't know why they wouldn't just swing here, and it looks like that's what they do. One person is Ray, comes down, gets an early pick.
Oh!
And the post plant ult is coming out, and it looks like this one is going to be wrapped up in but Tony does get it. You know, that is phenomenal, and does do some damage on the economy there. So this might not even still be a full buy. Will it be? Looks like the only person who does not have enough to buy fully will be Porange. Unrated does have the money to buy him though. The question is, will he communicate the fact that he has money?
I definitely think Porange here telling Unrated, nah, save your money, but I don't think that's wise, man. You buy, you got money to buy, you buy, but it is what it is. Especially
now, from our point of view, we know that Techie has an op here, and that is not something that you want to see. You know, playing as the attackers here. Techie is getting very aggressive, peeking tiles all the way up onto Cat, and gets an early pick on Mako. I'm sure he was not expecting that one. Whoa, an op? What? You know what I mean? And now they have some aggression out of mid, but decide to back up a little bit. They are a little bit trapped in B main. Unrated, the Sentinel player, going to try and take first contact instead of Sayo your entry, and he is going to get punished because of it. But Sayo does get that first pick, and does get hit by the KJ util, and it looks like this is just getting shut down. Chugs with the discipline, not panic, and get this kill, even though he was getting ripped at from the opposing Omen there.
I mean, this match is looking very, very maybe one-sided now. I mean, they're kind of just getting easy picks. They're easy retakes. KWM looking very strong from what people were assuming. I mean, I never doubted you guys, especially having you, but, you know, you're on the bench. That only means you're better, right?
Right, exactly. Now, both teams do have a KJ ult to work with. To be honest, I would be saying play retake, because they probably will end up using their KJ ult for the take, and we have ours to just use ours. It does look like KJ is getting ready for that. We do not, we no longer have. Oh, and they just walk on. They don't even need to use it, which is Ray says no though. Ray with 3 kills wants to get an ace of his own, but Mako decides to shut that down early. And unfortunately, all of SCG gets cleaned up there. It does get a free sheriff for Chugs though. I'm sure he's saying thank you for that free 800 creds.
All right, and I think just the mental here from SCG is not looking good. They're forcing sides they shouldn't be forcing. They're not playing it smart. I think you kind of have to take a breather, man, and just play for information. Now, especially in a team composition like this.
Yeah. One concern that I would have though, now, you know, KWM does have Sova's ult online because of the 3 kills that they fed him on B site last. So now the KJ ult is partially ineffective since they didn't use it last round. And if they choose to use it now, well, there's a Sova ult that you know, will try and stop that. So you know, being that they were able to get onto site without it, I totally understand why they made that call. But it looks like they are choosing to move, but Unrated wants to lurk instead. He says, Sayo, take the bomb. I don't want it anymore. That thing is infecting me with a virus or something. I just need to stay here and lurk on A. The rest of the team goes over to B. And they're trying to sell a fake. Now that is an excellent play, because you'd have to assume that Sova's going to use his ult and try to break it, but he's not. He doesn't take the bait. They see that there's no other aggression on A, and they know that there's no longer a hit on A. It was a fake, and everybody is grouped up in CT. They have 4 people on site, but they do have to be aware that Unrated could be lurking. Clearly, you know, playing in 10-mans against Unrated, you know that's something that he likes to do, and it looks like Anthony is completely unaware that somebody could be coming up behind him in mid. And it's a dart. Sayo is there too. Chugs gets another one, and now it's all up to Chugs because the CT push was shut down. Can he get another 1v4, 1v1 situation? He does get a fake TP up, but he needs to know that Unrated is somewhere unaccounted for. So he does decide to go searching. They are split up. Unfortunate timing. He now knows that he's on stairs. He is running out of time, though, unfortunately. Does decide to smoke off the bomb. TP right inside it is a great way to get onto site and get them to peek out. And that's exactly what he does. Unrated surely is going to be peeking this, and he decides to just stare at him instead as he knows that it was useless.
I mean,
Unrated will die, and that is an excellent way to damage the econ. Will they still be able to get a full buy? I don't know, but Techie still has the op, and nobody on the other team does.
I mean, beautiful QB sneak right there. If I'm SEG there, I'm telling my team, I'm gonna anchor. You guys go check it out. I don't always fall for the KJ ult, especially if you don't have any other information that shows another player presence. It's just, you know.
I think it was well executed though. I think the call, whoever their IGL is, made a very good call.
Yes.
Looks like they are opting for a little bit of a default here with bomb on the ground, but it is a very A heavy and not spread out default. Unfortunately, that KJ util is going to be smoked off, and Techie still holding with the op. It looks like they are very heavily holding for mid, and might just try to play a full retake. They do have a KO ult online, so they can decide to use that if need be. Omen is left alone on site, but they do have Techie with the op in tree. Surely he will get smoked off before he gets the opportunity to get a kill on site and for an exec here. But they might just be waiting to see for any little bit of aggression, being that they do not have the fullest of buys here. Unrated does decide to break, and but unfortunately gets punished by Viper Wolf as the exec on site is going on. Chug's trying to get some cheeky wall bangs into hell, but unfortunately is not able to even get a hit of damage. That is not wall bangable, unfortunately, and Techie is bringing out the op for the retake. Not a situation you want to see, but it looks like they're getting ready with the Omen blind, and they were getting pinged. Oh no! And all of a sudden, this looking like a very difficult retake. I don't know why you aren't using a KO ult to help, but that that Sova util absolutely obliterated the retake there. So a KO ult was 1000% necessary in order to finish that and successfully take that site back.
Hey, dude,
on a must-win round from the opposing team as well.
Yeah, I mean, KWM just getting their whiskers trimmed right there. You know, not playing very beautiful post plan. Everybody playing on side. That's not the way you should be playing that. But to see how
now Sayo's opting to take an off now and get a little bit aggressive out of mid. Will they be expecting that? I don't know. And an absolute team throw from Unrated, throwing the whatever it's called, the Nano Swarm onto Sayo. He's like, Sayo, you're too good. I need to nerf you. Let me get rid of your shield really quick.
Yeah, getting that early damage, you know. I think at that point he's just stat padding, getting that ACS going. Using that
and look at all of the space that Unrated has taken up in B main. Oh, unfortunately, Viper Wolf is not able to punish Sayo from peeking out of mid with the op, but it looks like they're calling for a rotate onto B, even though it's only KJ that's there, and they just found out that there's an op on top cat. They are getting ready for the hit though. Techie does jump peek mid, and it looks like they are going to use the KO ult. Maybe we use unfortunately, Anthony was not even able to get the KO ult off, and they're able to hold it down with that Omen smoke. They're going to try and kill the person who's able to get res, and it is shut down completely. Everything happening so fast, it's hard for me to keep up.
Great read right there.
But now we have a match point and a timeout coming from KWM. They said, let's end this now. Let's make a statement. We want to end it right here, right now. Let's develop a plan. Do we want to get aggressive? We have to also work with. Let's use it on a retake if the situation comes to play.
I mean, I think
I would also be looking at what the opposing team has in their arsenal. So, you know, they have a relatively weak buy, but they do have knives from Seo and a Sova alt from Mako as well. So that's definitely something that they will have to keep in mind. They might try to farm an orb for Porange and try to get a little bit aggressive with the Omen TP, but we will see. We will see, shall we?
I think this was a troll timeout for KWM. You're giving
Really?
the other team the time to breathe, giving them to think about their
Wow.
strats. I think this was
that
a
is
troll.
That is
troll
a fair
timeout.
assessment. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, this
I get
could
what the
end up
point is.
biting
I
them
know
in the
what
back. You're right.
I know what they were trying to do. They're trying to get this over with, but you're also giving the chance for the other team to get some things going on and some planning. I think I would be very, very, very surprised if KWM wins this after that timeout.
Well, Teki is going to have an op in his hands again. We've seen him be effective with it out of mid. It looks like they might be ready for it, especially with that early Omen smoke. And it looks like they're going to be trying to take mid control here. Something that I don't think they've done, just taken a mid aggressively. Maybe that's something that they did discuss. It looks like Chugs is going to be peeking off of the alarm bot. I think they know it's there now, though. So they are just dancing around it. Oh, they do not. And he's going to go ahead and Omen blind. And that is exactly what he's going to do. Seo does get hit by it. They paranoia back, but unfortunately nobody's there to receive it. And that is a wasted 400 creds. Unfortunately, or fortunately for them, though, the next round is going to be a reset of money. It looks like they are getting aggressive towards A here. So they do have tree control, and it is only Anthony on site. That is an excellent time to ult, but unfortunately the Sovadar does tag him, and they are going to go ahead and finish him off. We do. Teki with a phenomenal pick with the op, though, is absolutely needed to equalize this position, but he is weak because of it. We're going to need to see some heroics and some early picks from Chugs or somebody on this retake, because you do not want to see this come down to a post-plan situation, because the opposing Sova does have his ult. If I'm him, I'm expecting both of them to be in line and would not even think to look hell.
I think, like I said, that timeout was definitely a troll timeout.
Overtime.
So now we have an overtime situation for Elysium. Week 1, day 1, match 1 map. Oh, wait. It isn't even week 1, day 1, match 1, map 1, bro. Because Icy has an ace under his belt already, because there was one on Thursday.
Flaming
A blatant I am throwing, dude.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I wanted you to kind of figure it out for yourself, man. But I mean,
realization hit.
The realization, man. The realization. Just when you're a little kid and you turn 18, you're just like, oh, snap back to reality, bro. But like I said, that timeout definitely biting KWM back in the butt.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got right now.
Looks like it's going to be a B hit. Definitely, from a 6-6 half on in the first half, couldn't help but expect that this was a possibility for the second half as well. Going 12-12 here. It looks like they're playing it slow, but look at all of the control that Unrated has. They know that they're B main. Surely they're aware. Oh, and Unrated is going to get an early pick on Anthony. Nobody's there holding it. They wasted so much time in B main, and now they are sandwiched. Oh my gosh, and he's going to be wrapping around trying to get a pick on mid. Will they be aware? No, they will not. Unrated with an insane lurk. And this is just devastating from the eyes of KWM.
Enemy remaining.
Somehow Viper Wolf tries to equalize the position, but is unable to do it, and Mako cleans out the round. But oh my gosh, Unrated with just balls of steel. they decided that one smoke was too much to push through, and
As
and
you
they
would
paid
expect
for
from
it.
a KJ, you know, working with those bots, you know, you're gonna have those that steel that steel in handy, right? But very
And
good
now
match.
it is KWM's time to answer.
Oh,
Looks like they
like a
signal
back row.
danger towards mid. They might try to split this.
Techie doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Techie does not
Techie, he
know.
doesn't know. Does he
All
know?
of a sudden, he
Oh,
is out of his dash though, so he no longer is going to be holding such an aggressive position, or maybe he will
does he
choose
know?
to do so.
Does he know?
Unrated is aware that there's nobody aggressing out of B main, but Techie choosing to hold a little bit more of a passive angle in a very prime omen blind spot here. So hopefully he does not get rendered um, uh, useless with being nearsighted from that paranoia. But we will see. It looks like they are very steadily waiting for this aggression. And when I think they are deciding that they have not seen anything, and they're going to go ahead and get ready for an A hit. I like this smoke from Chugs here, but hopefully he does not turn all of his attention towards A. Techie is unfortunately going to get blinded. And Anthony in a rat spot. Oh my gosh, and they are going to absolutely shut this push down. Now it's just the lurker. You know he's not going to be playing with them because he never does. And there he is, all up to unrated, and Techie shows unrated why he's an ascendant and unrated is not.
Switching sides.
Unrated.
Overtime.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about the never being playing with the team, but I mean, there's been a couple of rounds where we've been in that situation.
I know.
Uh,
I say it because I'm friends with unrated, so I can give him a little crap every once in a while.
I mean, yeah, I get you. Don't worry. But definitely, I think the play here is just 5-man push aside. Let's see it. I want to see
The question is though, that is what they tried to do last round, and they got completely stalled by the one-way omen smoke, and it looks like this might happen again. Unfortunately, this is the site that unrated is on, so he's not going to be able to push out and get all of this map control. But they do have a little bit of a crossfire.
Oh,
and
blind.
Oh, but Orange gets punished because he missed Chugs. It looks like off of that early pick, they are going to execute. They know that this is going to be the most important round to win. If they want to win this overtime, they need to win an attacking side first. And unfortunately, Techie is going to need to move. Because of that dart, we need a KO knife here if we have one. And there it is. Unfortunately, he does not pick up the Sova there. Shots are fired, and now it's just a 2v4, and it looks like Kittens with Mittens might be able to take this down. Cell, unfortunately, is not enough in a 1v4 situation, and Kittens with Mittens have the edge. Now, like we said before, this was a 5v5 situation. I'm sorry, a 6v6. A 6-6 half on each halves. So this might go to a very long overtime here. But what an excellent first map. And a timeout from Elliot.
I just want to point out, I want to congratulate Techie for moving up a spot in the leaderboard now.
Nice. Overtaking Anthony, but Anthony and Chugs are both pulling their weight with a combined total of 33 assists, which is quite impressive from just 2 players.
I mean, yeah, especially coming from your controller and your flash initiator. I definitely think Ray should have more assists than that, but I mean, hey, he's getting more kills than assists, so that's
it's gonna be hard when everybody else is stealing the thunder on assists.
Right.
But you definitely love to see the dynamic duo of the brothers on top of that KWM leaderboard. Clearly, they do have some chemistry that they're playing with each other.
Right. And I think definitely the winner here of this match is Paco's internet, kind of cutting him off here and there.
Oh, is that really happening?
Not a lot, but just wanted to point it out there. Just thought it was funny. But looking here like a split push now.
Yep, looks like they're going to be playing this one a little bit less aggressive than the first one in terms of all being grouped up. They will be split taking mid, though. This is the exact same push that they did on the 11-12 half that they needed to take down. Where Unrated will be pinching from B. Unfortunately, that Silver drone might not clear, and it doesn't. So,
Oh my
for all
God.
he knows, nobody is in B main, and Sayo with an early pick, and they are flooding out. Chugs does not want to give away his position from in that smoke. Unrated does get a huge pick, 2 huge picks, I mean. And now it's a 2v4 situation, the exact same situation that the opposing team was on, and Sayo
Spike planted.
wants to close this this second round of overtime out. And Techie, unfortunately, is not able to clutch it out there. And we have another round of overtime.
Sayo just showing who's the better jet player there. Easy 3K. Take the site, you plant, you get the win. That's how teams run it nowadays. I think, I mean, looking at the scoreboard, you're looking like at a 3v3 situation. You got 2 players playing the roles, but not necessarily making a huge impact from what I've seen. I mean, the 15 assists coming from Anthony is definitely something to talk about, but
wow, and Techie getting ripped
just
from
getting
an early
ripped there.
aggression out of Sayo. Absolutely something that you need from SCG there. With entry down, all of a sudden it comes down to the role players here. Looks like they're going to be going quiet. The turret is shooting at somebody.
Oh, that's Cell.
It's shooting at Cell in mid. They are droning out, but they do need to clear this angle from Sayo here. One person does get pinged though from the opposing drone, and now they are choosing to run away. Are they scared of the Odin? Most likely, but does not look like they have it online. But Viper has gone a decent way into mid. I would be concerned from Cell though. You know, being that they could very well pinch this, they do know that it's a possibility. Could be sending a flash out, and they are flooding out of market. They're trying to do the exact same thing, and this is just an unbreakable cross. Viper in an unwinnable situation, and they take that flawlessly, making a statement saying we want to wrap this up now before the one draw vote is able to bring this to a draw. Just kidding. This is for real. We're not playing for +1 RR.
You know, part of the things that bring me back into the casting is when I cast with Paco. It's just the funniest thing to do, the most welcoming thing to do. In no way, shape, or form am I saying unprofessional, but kind of having that unprofessional player makes me look professional, you know? But SCG looking here to probably do a QB sneak.
Yeah, again, they have the split from Viper trying to get a little bit of B main control here. They do know that they have 3 people on A here, and honestly, with that composition on A, they might be very much enough to hold it down over there. I think they recognize that and are starting to back away. Viper Wolf is making some noise on B, trying to get some rotates, but they are not budging. Does put a KJ bot out, and it is getting broken, and Sayo is able to get an early pick, and now they are looking to close this out.
Oh, you got
Sayo is on site with nobody behind him, but that's okay because site is empty. Chugs is not aware, and all of a sudden, Sayo is getting aggressive. Sayo wants to close this out with an ace. Looks like they are going to be trying to retake from heaven here. They do have to be aware that Unrated likes to lurk and doesn't usually play with them, and will be coming in through mid. Techie is sort of aware, but does not look like he is aware enough, and does not fully clear the angle. It is now a 2v5, and this is looking like a very tough situation to win and come out with a map 1 dub.
Last player standing.
Ray trying to close it out, but unfortunately cannot. Map 1
Gap,
of
Jamie.
game 2 of MVA season week 1 goes to SCG.
Snowcat
I
Gaming.
will say, yeah, I will say absolutely though. I think Kittens with Mittens did make a little bit of a statement there, showing that, hey, you know, if you guys think that SCG is the #1 team, we can hang with the 16-14
Sub
first map.
Paco in. Hashtag sub Paco in. That's what I want. I want to see you win, man. Come on. You win. They win with you. No cap. Let's be
You know,
real.
unfortunately, you know, I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret.
Okay.
I was talking to Obama, and he was
Oh,
like, you
T.
know, I want SCG to think that they are the best team in the league, so I'm gonna bench you today. I know you're an immortal caliber player, even radiant sometimes, but I gotta play the mind games. And I was like, all right, I totally understand. I'll cast, make us look good.
I like that, man. I like that. I like that from
Yeah.
Obama. You know, you want to play the mind games. You want to take control of
Mm-hmm,
what the real match here is. You know, Obama versus SCG mind games, and that's what you want the team to get. You want them to get that momentum, to get that. Oh, we're the we're the best team in the world, but then you kind of just pull up with Paco, and then they start crying.
you
But
know,
looks
but
like SCG is gonna be taking a W today, and I think we shall be getting into a quick intermission, and we will be back with map 2, fellas. All right, guys, and we are back. Welcome back to Map 2. Um, and just wanted to let you guys know, SEG up one map to against KWM Elysium. Kind of to update you guys on other matches going around. Flaming Tanuki's Asphodel is up 1-0 against Cloud Sus, and we are figuring out about KWM Asphodel. But currently, what I do gotta say is, how you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? Map 1's going on. You see a very close Map 1 against SEG KWM Elysium.
Yes.
Did not expect them to go to double overtime there. Was that triple overtime? I think that was double overtime, right? Or
Triple overtime,
Trip-
16-14.
triple overtime. Kind of, we had players making statements. We had players showing who's boss, and we had SEG showing who the real team is. But just like Paco was saying earlier, the real match MVP is Obama, because he's playing mental games, right, Paco?
Oh, of course. But I do like to see that this first map was so competitive and so well balanced, because it looks like it's going to be a very enjoyable season, and we might even have an early rivalry starting to develop between these two teams here, which I am very excited to see how it will play out in the future. There are definitely some things, being the first day and the first map for both of these teams, that there's a little bit of kinks that they still need to work out, but they have only had so much time to work with each other, so it totally makes sense that is the case. Like, for example, Anthony not using the KO all on that retake, and then just certain timings being off from both sides for attacking as well, something that will 1000% get wrinkled out as the season progresses, especially with an 8-week season, or an 8-week season this season versus the 1-week season. I'm sorry, the one matchup per team season in season 3.
One of the few things I want to mention is we had both franchise C players on top of the leaderboard. Fierce Ray taking that KWM match MVP, and EDC Celerum or SCG Celerum, my fault. SCG Celerum taking that team MVP from SCG. I mean, both stat lines look good. Ray had a 28, 20, and 6 KDA. Celerum had a 24, 23, and 17 KDA. Both players being on the initiator, didn't see your duelist frags right here. Other than Sayo being, third on the leaderboard with Jet, but we'll just keep it with these two guys. I definitely think that, KWM and SG did great jobs, choosing who their franchise player was. I mean, stats don't lie, right? One of the things that a lot of people say is stats don't lie, and from what we saw earlier, we saw very great promising things coming from these two players, especially in the 8-week season. So let's see how that continues on. You got anything else to say, Paco?
No, I think there's a lot to come here, but switching to map 1 to now on map 2, what do you think we're going to see here? Being that it is going to be on bind, we may see Porange on Viper here playing his classic Porange lineups, and this time, do you think KWM is going to be expecting the lurks from unrated and letting him take as much space as he was in the map 1 on Ascent? All right, it looks like we are getting ready here.
I didn't want to dono wall you there, but
ready.
And it looks like both teams are going to be ready
we'll be starting
for
this map soon.
Map picks, or agent select. I'm sorry. But I mean, I don't want to dono wall you, but yeah, I definitely think that we're gonna see some KWM being aware of that unrated lurk from from KWM. I'm sorry, and we shall be counting down for the agent select.
All right.
And looks like we will be getting into it now. So bind being map 2, we're gonna see either some casual agent selects or actual pro team compositions. Let's see what we got. Starting off with the Aoseo on the Raze, but just to let you guys all aware on the stream.
Is this a legitimate Reyna pick? It very well might be because of the maybe it's not, because of the Paper Rex, I believe, comp where they utilized a Reyna in their attack with Sky. Actually, what was the remainder of that comp? I think it was Sky, Viper, Raze, and a Sentinel here. But looks like we're gonna go double Sentinel from KWM, where Ray will be on Chamber and Anthony will be playing Cypher this time instead of that Initiator role, and having Viper Wolfie on Sky instead. Apparently, Cell has DC'd once again.
Having some technical difficulties maybe, but other than that going on right now, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. I think that Aoseo going Race might be the move here, by the way.
I do 100% agree. Now they might just be resetting this agent select, and that is going to be the case. But we do have a pretty steady glimpse of what the attacking team in KWM are going to be running.
Just wanted to kind of point it out. I know stream might be a little bit confused on why there's a different player. Now that's just Seo. Seo was having some technical difficulties with an account, so they were playing on a previous account, but everything was confirmed. No worries. Just kind of let you guys know what the whole change was. But another thing happening is we're going to be looking at some technical difficulties coming from SCG, and it looks like they might get a 5-minute timer to solve it. Otherwise, they will be having to play with a sub, which
that is correct. Yep.
Which the subs, I don't exactly remember who the subs were, but I mean,
I believe Nels is a sub, and
gotcha.
Somebody else, but you know that Nels is locked and loaded and wants to be playing, so I'm sure he's on call.
Right. And just did want to say, I mean, I definitely think SCG here wants to play with their starting 5 roster, especially after having a very close triple overtime match against KWM on Ascent, which very mind-boggling, by the way. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, KWM kind of did choke there at the end. You know, they had a good lead, they had a good build-up momentum, and then they called that troll timeout, bit them in the butt. But needless to say, a win's a win. Move on. Next match is Bind, and it looks like we might have just the original starting. Not sure yet.
It would be unfortunate if Cell is not able to come back, though, being that is their franchise player. So to all of a sudden toss somebody else in the mix, I don't know how much the team has actually practiced together, especially with some subs. I don't know how they will play. Never mind, because Cell is back. It looks like he is ready to go. So I will let people know out the range, and we will hop into this as soon as we can.
Right. And I'm trying to figure out here what the update was on the KWM match yet. But just to kind of little update on that other one with Flaming Tanukis versus Asphodel. Looking like Flaming Tanuki's taking the lead with an 11-6. But going back to this match now. Now we have the Insalog. They're just trying to get it over with.
Yep. It looks like they might be opting for a double duelist comp here from SCG, which honestly I kind of like, where they have will they be going double duelist and double controller and opt for no sentinel, whereas the other team is going to have 2 of them. So I think KWM is gonna yoink the sentinel from SCG, say, hey, that sentinel is mine now, I want it, and you can have a different role instead. So we have a pretty interesting lineup.
I mean, double sentinel versus double controller. I don't know what to think about these. I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to be paper eggs. Everybody wants to bring their own team compositions into the game, especially in an Elysium level of gameplay. But I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on teams not going with what pros are going? And what are your thoughts on that?
I think there are very capable thinkers in Elysium, where they start, theorizing, okay, this could work. But I do agree with you there. The things that the pros use is proven to work, and guarantee you they're paying somebody to theorize different team comps, and then practicing with them. Now, if these teams aren't practicing together and they're just throwing together some random team comps, I don't know how that's going to work. But it looks like they're going for some really early aggression out of showers and might end up pinching them into A. But we already have a little bit of A control here, and surely they are aware that showers is not clear. But do they know that 3 people are there? They did just get a free site, so surely they must know that they either are pushing out of B main or they're in showers. And it looks like they're just going to play off site. We have first contact in U-Haul, and star player Seo is down for the count. We now have a 4v5 situation, and Techie is going to be the one wrapping into showers, knowing that it's not clear.
Oh,
But everybody is there, and they are completely unaware. Is he good for 3? He's starting to whiff. But Chunks cleans it up with all of the assists from Techie there. Plenty of assists from your initiator there. Viper Wolf with almost an assist on every gunfight there, which is definitely something that you want to see. Now, did he actually impact that gunfight, or did he just get an assist from healing? We won't know, because I didn't see it.
I mean, it is getting a little difficulty sometimes to see what goes on around the map, but I think that was definitely an actual assist. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
All right, it looks like they are going to be going pretty heavy into B. They are really going fast into hookah, though, which is something that I would find concerning, being that, they have weaker guns, and they're very most likely going to have Orange getting an early pick, but Ray does get the trade, which is much needed. Now they do have everybody on site, but all 3 players have run through the teleporter, and they are aware that most of them are in hookah. There is a little bit of time, though, for somebody to wrap into B long, so Ray is keeping that timing and checking that to make sure. But it does not look like that is the case. Techie using a blast pack to jump peek hookah, and they are now well aware. Viper Wolf, perfect bait and switch situation. That is a wall bangable wall, so you have to force the peek there, and you only have a classic, so there's no point in trying to save it.
I think KWM trying to switch it up a little bit, go more to the aggression side. I mean, from that previous match, they were a little more passive, and now they're kind of just saying, yo, we need to put pressure, we need to push, we need to take the site, and we need to win. I don't necessarily hate this, but coming with a double sentinel composition, I don't think that's the way you should be playing it.
Honestly, though, winning pistols is huge, because you are going to have a strong defensive side with a 2 sentinel comp. So the fact that you're going to be winning pistols now with only 1 duelist and 2 sentinels, excellent trap up in hookah there. But Techie is going to get healed from Sky. Sky looking to get some healing assists there. It looks like they are going to be hitting B. But are they aware there are 2 Sentinel trips watching for aggression out of A? They do know that it got proc, so they should be ready for a gunfight now, and that they are. They are sending that Sky Flash, and they are getting a little bit aggressive. But see, SCG is very aware and are 4-man rotating. If I'm somebody, I'm on the other on KWM, I'm trying to wallbang through that wall and try to get get a little bit of early damage on the person who could potentially be sitting up on that box exactly where the brim is staying. But they opt to go back, which is an excellent call, being that there is some rotates taken out. Unfortunately, Techie is unable to get the kill because he crouched and shot through the wall and was not able to finalize everything. And Orange gets another one. Now Ray is isolated from his team and does get a quick pick on Mako and can be pinching sight here. And will he be able to get? He is now in a 1v1 situation. Surely he knows that the last player. It's a 2v1 situation. The last players should be coming from the opposite site. Does get the plant down and breaks the dog. They now have an idea where he is, and Ray is looking for the ace. And he does get it. Ace! Oh my goodness. Franchise player of KWM showing people why Obama wasn't throwing by picking him as the franchise player when Seiya was on the board. Excellent plays from the Sentinel. And when on a double Sentinel comp there, an excellent round, bonus round from KWM.
Yeah, I wanna talk about a little bit what you were talking. Kind of confused on why they're not spraying that wall. They had specters. They can't spray that wall with.
That is true. One person had a bulldog, but I don't think they were there. But see, now they're trying to get aggressive, being that they have lesser guns, which is a fight that and he is continuing. He is 7-0 right now in the past 2 rounds. Can he go 10-0? Are they expecting? Oh, he saw the gun. And he is 8-0. This man is looking unstoppable right now. It is now a 4v2 situation. The aggression paid off somewhat, but unfortunately, Ray said no. Do they clear hookah? There was, I'm sorry, U-Haul. There was timing, and unfortunately, Viper Wolf is going to deny the back-to-back aces. I'm sure Ray is pretty pissed at that, but oh my goodness, Ray 9-0 in the past 2 rounds, almost accounting for all 10 kills.
And Ray going crazy. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say, man. You got double Sentinels and you have one of your Sentinels just playing so aggro. I mean, after that Chamber nerf and the actual buff, I don't think you want to play Chamber like that. But just Ray here proving me wrong.
Yeah. You could say Ray is going cray.
Today.
Now it looks like we have a little bit of aggression up into B main now in hookah, and we do have Anthony running up long, trying to pinch maybe anybody on site, but they do not have 3. But Ray is holding for the aggression. Will he get 10 kills? No! Unrated wants to shut him down. Anthony whiffing a little bit on Seo, and unfortunately Chugs is able to get the trade there, but it is a 3v4 situation now for KWM, and Orange gets another pick now. Unfortunately, Anthony whiffs a little bit on the dog there, and the members of SCG are getting healed. One person is rotating through spawn, being Brim, but Brim is very weak. So if I'm Jet, I'm saying I'm playing off of your contact, and I will bait you for information here, because you still have a 3v2 situation to work with. But it looks like they are just going to end up pinching this. They are getting a little comfortable with that Cypher cage, because it does not last forever. And it is a very short-winded smoke, arguably pretty comparable to a Jet smoke. It's not something that you can rely on to keep a line of sight blocked off for an extended period of time. But it is a hard situation.
They're just playing it very safe. You don't want to lose your money, your guns. You don't have a lot of money to play off of. I mean, actually, I lied. You do, but point is, you don't want to lose those guns. You don't want to give too much momentum, especially after going 4-1 already.
Yeah, and Ray is choosing not to buy here because he has the Tour de Force, and it looks like they're going to be trying to split push B here. Maybe even try to get Techie this B long orb, and then he is 1 pick away from getting his ult. They may even just try to get a lot of people to rotate here, grab that orb, and then hit the TP. But we will see if that is the case. Techie did not grab his orb. And they did use the Viper, the Sky Ult, so they do know that everybody should be on site here. Viper Wolf instead decides to take the orb, which I think is a horrible play. I think it's a little bit of an autopilot move right there.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a little bit of a
Oh!
lack of awareness. An excellent early pick though from Viper. I think they, for some reason, SCG wanted to rotate, but it looks like Sayo and Sky are perfectly capable of holding it down themselves with just the two of them. Looks like they're going to continue that. Sayo is going to get a heal, so he's no longer one shot from Sky.
30 seconds left.
And now Ray is hitting TP, and it looks like they are going to fall right into the hands. Oh, and Anthony with a collat! Oh my gosh, and all of a sudden this is looking like an insanely winnable round, with Mako being the only one on A site, and that even pulled a rotation from their brim.
10
And
seconds left.
they're just going to let them get the bomb down.
Spike planted.
He is unfazed by bomb being planted and says, I think Cypher is a very credible threat. Now they are trying to peek into this tour de force. I think he only has 1 or 2 shots left, but that is clearly enough, being that there's only 2 players left alive. But he is whiffing everything, unfortunately, and now it's still a 2v3 situation, but time is running low on that spike. Unfortunately, Unrated gets some unfortunate timing, and Ray, who looked unstoppable before, missed every single tour de force shot. Luckily, his teammates had his back.
You know what, man? After going 10-2, you'd think you'd hit more shots with the op, right? But it's okay. I mean, they still won the round. That's all that matters. It was a 3v2.
That round is not
just
possible
kind of putting them on top.
from if Anthony does not go huge there on that late lurk. I mean, that was you know, sometimes you need a little bit of luck there and people to line up, and that's exactly what happened, and they were handed that win right there. Now you have to think, last time during a save round they did get to try a little bit aggressive, so you'd have to expect that they are pushing, that they might be taking some hookah control, especially if they have a Bucky. They are sitting a little. Techie is sitting relatively close to the TP. He might be thinking of a rotate here, which I don't blame them, because God knows I would not want to sit. I would not want to push into U-Haul into a Bucky, but Sayo with an excellent pick, ready for that rotate. They do now know that somebody is U-Haul and somebody was Showers. But the rotates are coming in, and they should be getting bombed down and pushing onto site. Oh, and they're rotating again. But the Bucky is still in hookah, and it didn't even that didn't even clear them. Surely they're aware, and unfortunately they're not. And Ray goes insane. This is perfect, but Ray trying to equalize this position, but bomb is down, and they need it. That smoke might help them out though. And it very well will. And we're gonna get a gunfight here in spawn. Ray is well aware that he was getting pushed and now has to back up the position. But I like the idea of getting aggressive, because you are in a 2v3 situation. You need to do something to try and equalize the numbers, especially when the Raze has the ult. Can he clutch up again though? He needs to get bomb and plant. And they will give him the luxury of doing that. They're just healing up in spawn and playing together and waiting, and will play trades. Now, at this point, I'm taking an insanely aggressive angle. I don't think this is the one to do it. And that dog is going to clear him as well. And, you know, it is still just a Bucky and a Sheriff, so this is very much winnable. I would not be... Oh, and they try to line up again. No, and he throws, unfortunately. That it was such a winnable round.
That was.
But an excellent play from SCG, making that a win, making that a thrifty round there. I will say, from Ray, I don't know how much I agree with holding for Heaven when you know that they have worse guns, but you know, a player's intuition, you know, he is the franchise player, and is going 13-3, so you know, whatever he's doing, it's working, and I will not question it.
Let's just talk about that insane Bucky play right there. Unrated, just, you know, casually waiting for them to push him, waiting to get in his sight, and just gets 2 easy.
They already know that nobody's out B main, so they might early rotate here. They are playing it relatively slow, and it looks like Orange is already going through spawn towards the A site here. So they are now going to be running into 3 players into the weaker site, but Anthony all of a sudden makes both sites only have 2 players on it. Techie decides to use an ult of his own.
Is he gonna Rosa?
And unfortunately,
see a Rosa?
Rosa's.
Yep. There it
but
is.
He might have gotten some damage onto Seo right there, but Seo is still able to get a pick out of heaven. And all of a sudden, it is a 4v1, and Seo with a 4-piece, and he's like, "Hey, Ray, you're not the only person who can frag out this game."
Just very, very unfortunate. That was a very indeed. That was a very fast round. I don't know what's going on right here. They're kind of just losing control of their momentum.
Yeah,
KWM,
this is absolutely something that you need from SCG, because I mean, you needed a momentum shifter, and I think they just got it.
I don't know what's going on. They need to sharpen their claws again. Come on, KWM. I believe, man.
Yeah. Now this is looking at it from the perspective of KWM. This is a must-win round, because if you lose this round, you are on a save, and you are most likely going to lose that save round. So, and you do not want to give a team 4 wins in a row. But Cell with an early pick on Ray, the person who is fragging out the most, and I think I do think that SCG understand the importance of this round, because they instantly popped that Viper ult on that B site. And now look at all of the map control that SCG has on A. They are in a pinch. They have nowhere to go, because surely they have to rotate to A here with that Viper ult, but they are ready for it.
I mean,
and I don't know. I would be rotating now if I'm SCG, because everybody every single cabbage is going over there. And unrated is good for 2 there. Techie does get the trade, and now it's just Techie wanting to show that he is a top player in the MVA Elysium League. Can he pull it out?
There it is.
Now, he does win the gunfight against the dog, and he's good for 1. Somehow tries to dodge the flash, but gets into it. Unfortunately, finds some unfortunate aggressive timing, and Seo diffing him. Unfortunately, I did not want to say that because I like Techie, but and I totally agree with this call from Elliot here. That was a must-win round, and now all of a sudden you have to be worried about the momentum shift.
Yep. I mean, that was a good round on SCG, just pushing up. Was it A? Yeah, they're just pushing up A so far up where they were able to, make a cross right there. I think, you kind of trolled, especially having 2 Sentinels. You kind of trolled having everybody, 5-man rush a site. I don't know. You want to set up a lurk. You want to have some map control. You don't want to let them push up, especially on bind. I think you kind of want to focus too much about what could happen and what couldn't happen. But in order to do that, you kind of have to, spread your players. You can't all go B, especially after these compositions that we're watching. It's kind of like one of the things that you want to do.
And now I will say, from the side of KWM, I think they might be trying to play a little bit too much mind games here, because it seems like there have been a couple of times where if they would have just committed onto a site, they would have been able to take site control and get bombed down. But for the example, on that save round, they ran straight into a Bucky in Hookah after running around the map. And I just don't know if that was the play, especially when you are not running a double duelist comp like they are. You know that they're going to be they're going to have explosive entries onto sites, and if you can get onto site with a double sentinel comp and get bombed down, it's looking really good for you. Here we go. We have a relatively slow start to the round here. They might just be trying to commit A. I do like this. This is the weaker site, and they just pushed Orange off. I mean, they do have a severe gun disadvantage, and Orange whiffs everything and gets punished for it. Techie, but Seo with the 3-piece all alone on A is holding it down. And so now it's again Techie in a position where he needs to clutch up in a 1v4. He does pick up a gun, but is able to get one with the stinger. And they're throwing guns away into the into TP because they don't want him to get them.
That's
Doesn't want
smart. That's
Teki to
smart.
get one, but unfortunately, he just killed someone.
Say it with the
And was able
4K.
to get one anyway. But Seo with a 4K, and all of a sudden, Seo is really starting to make his mark. Gotta love the eco frags.
Yeah, I think just Seo going crazy now. I mean, the only thing I've seen from Seo on Bind is back in that season 2 days. You know, that Reyna, just easy Smurf agent right there. But actually seeing Seo play a duelist with, you know, the util that's very important to help your team push. It's very surprising and nice to see.
Yeah,
Especially
and
all I
being
know from. Go ahead.
yeah, and holding a 17-7 stat line is absolutely something that they needed from him after Ray looked quite unstoppable in those first 3 rounds. They needed somebody to step up, and Seo was like, "Take a seat, I got this shit," and he did it.
Of course. Right now, looking like a very passive, playing for picks, but
Playing for
not the right
picks.
way.
And I don't know if I agree with the Viper playing alongside the Jet here, because surely you would want your Sentinel,
Ooh.
and he gets punished for it. I'm sorry, not your Sentinel, your Initiator. And now all of a sudden that is an op down, and the op. Oh no, op is in the hands of Orange, so he falls back now, and Cell is going to. They do know that somebody is in elbow now, and Orange makes. Takes advantage of the fact that he has that op. That smoke falls, and Cell almost gets the spray transfer, and all of a sudden they have sight, but every player in the game has ults, and bomb is down. There's an easy way to stop this with both a Brim ult and a Raze ult. I don't know how this is a winnable round here, but Chugs says, I am the clutch master, and he wants to take a bite. Chugs now in a 1v1 situation with half health, against Unrated, who has full.
10 seconds left. Spike
Making a little
planted.
too much noise. Chugs aware?
Chugs.
We're gonna be wrapping around. Does he know? He doesn't know.
And an excellent play from Chugs. That is a huge play. You saw the glimmer of hope when it was Chugs in the 1v4. You knew he had it in him, and it was just an unfortunate matter of how much health he had in that 1v4 on Ascent. But now, you know, he's in a 1v2 situation where both players on the other team had an ult. And he's like, guys, this is easy, man. You almost watched me clutch a 1v4. 1v2 is nothing. And he did it.
And then looking like an off buy here for KWM with a light Vandal and a classic.
Which is unfortunate, being that this is a save round. I'm sorry, this is
the
final round here. But Ray is going to opt for the ult here. Now, can he take advantage of it this time? We will see. But it looks like, you know, during the mid round, they were pinging B side. So I do think they want to end up hitting B here, because B did work for them last round. They already have 6 rounds on attack with 2 Sentinels, which is going to look pretty dominant. But now we have the ult from Teki. The only player on the other team that has an ult is Seo, and he roses again.
I don't even think he was able to shoot it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Seo's ult now is the real deal. They do clear Cubby now, but bomb is down, and they have the ability to play ult here. They almost line up for him, but Mako says no. Now it's the battle of the ops, and he is surely going to stick it, which is an amazing play. He's able to get one, and unfortunately is not able to get the other. Yet again, we have a 6-6 half.
I mean,
and it's
what was
looking like this is going to be the matchup of the century.
What was looking like a very well KWM playstyle, just kind of their mental going down after those couple of rounds they lost. I want to point out Teki kind of just playing a little bit off as a duelist, kind of weird. I mean, he did try to get sight there, but I've been noticing a little bit more of a passive playstyle as Raze. Kind of confused.
To be honest, I think he is playing his role of entry well.
Right.
He isn't always getting those entry frags, and you can't expect a duelist every time they're put in a situation where they have to entry for their team to get kills every single time. You know, sometimes the aim is not on, and it just seems like that might be one of those days. But he's doing his role, and I think it's evident that that is the case because it's been 6-6 for every half that these guys have played. So when that is the case, I'm gonna start going by play instead. So looks like we do have a lurk from Unrated. Wow. Did not believe that one when I first saw that, but he is crawling up into showers. Does get a smoke down onto A Heaven, onto the stack site. They might have sold a fake here, but Techie is ready for it. Now they do know that it's only unrated, and they should know that that's the lurker. So I would instantly be sending, yes, somebody over there, because especially now they are on site, and now Ray is alone and taking gunfights, and that is not what you want to see. Trying to hold it down, I totally understand. Now they have some elbow control, and Chugs with the frenzy is able to get one. It is a 3v3 situation now, but Chugs is weak and they do not have a healer. Can we get a coordinated push? We do have a raise nade coming out into elbow. They should know it's clear now. Anthony and Chugs tag teaming the person in tube. Now it is a 2v3 situation where Chugs is weak, so he should be the one on bomb. But unfortunately, Porange with the lineups, and Cell is able to get the kill. Now, see, this is exactly what you wanted to see from SCG with a double duelist comp, trying to take the rounds away on this attacking side.
Right. I think kind of a little bit of a passive play coming from SCG, just waiting them to come onto site. Wait, no. I'm getting it wrong. KWM, I'm sorry. I feel like you got to play a little bit more B-sided, just because there's a little too, a little stronger or a little harder to push on there. But
yeah, and it looks like they're gonna try to just shove it down and get some eco frags on this A site. And Sayo is going guns blazing though, gung ho, and now it is Viper Wolf and Raze in showers there. Unfortunately, Viper Wolf is not there to get the immediate trade, but does pick it up. And now it is a 2v3 situation where Viper is weak and only has a Spectre to work with against some better guns here. Might be waiting out for a flash and trying to wait for some aggression. Maybe trying to get a pick and try to damage this economy a little bit more, because that really is all you can ask for. Do they hear him? I bet Porange is ready for it, but maybe he is not. Oh, but he is. He is. Of course he is. He's Porange.
Nice. Porange is orange.
Porange is an orange door hinge.
Yes. Aoseo with the 20 kills, 11 deaths, 6 assists. Ray 15, 10, and 0. I mean, that's what we're looking at for each team's top frag. Not that much
looking at that stat line from Ray though. He was 13-3 at one point in this game.
He was.
15-10 is still an excellent stat line, but you clearly see that the wind in his sails has left him temporarily. So you would love to see that wind come back here. So it looks like they are trying to split B here. We have Viper Wolf B, a jump peeking B long, and that dog will push him off of that B long hold. So now, because they have closed the distance, this is all of a sudden looking kind of winnable for SCG, because they have a lot more close range weapons here. Now 4 people are on site. Unrated is playing potentially lineups, but is waiting for this lurk as well. Now if Unrated also has lineups here, that is looking very dangerous, because they all of a sudden have an insane post plant comp here. If I'm them, I'm doing anything that I can to try and hop on this bomb. And Unrated and Porange are the last ones alive here. And there's and they're both down. Now the question is, will they be able to defuse it? Yes, they will. And unfortunately for SCG, KWM is able to take down that round, but they do get now a taste of the post plant utility that they have, and they should be aware that they will be needing to get a little bit more aggressive here on these retakes.
I mean, Both teams looking very strong. You got an 8-7 stat line, 8-7 match point
Yeah.
scoreboard thing. Kind of losing my brain a little bit, not gonna lie. But point is, it's looking like another close match, and I
Yeah.
mean KWM
Absolutely.
kind of losing it a little bit, but SCG aren't performing all that well to be saying that they're goated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You
could
know,
go either way.
this matchup is just turning into who can play with their comps most effectively because
Yeah.
you know, is double duelist or double sentinel better? Is it the defensive side or is it the offensive side, the hyper offensive comp? So we do have an early pick on Viper Wolf, unfortunately, by Porange, but they did not expect a double lurk. But Ray does not expect two people to be watching it, and now it is a 3v3 situation here from a pick from Anthony into showers. I'm sorry, into main, and now everybody is in showers, but bomb is rotating. And it looks like they may be opting to switch sites here. Everybody is on site though, and they're all behind the smoke, so I don't see them rotating very quickly because they are deprived of that information. Now the solo person is going to rotate, but you know, Cell is doing an excellent job of keeping that attention on B. Now he is stuck in a 1v3, but he is able to get one and is able to get two at such little health. He is holding it down alone, and everybody is whiffing on Cell. And in a situation that looked almost unwinnable, where you looked like you're going to be doing a 3v2 retake, Cell is able to turn that around and make it a 1v3 win.
Cell showing why he was the rookie of the year last season. Kind of going for that match or for that MVP this season, maybe. I think he's trying to run that. But, you know, Celerom, a great player, very calm, doesn't panic, and just showing there why he's him. Cell is him.
Cell is definitely showing the composure and the discipline there, getting that 1v3. But Cell seeing the trip there. Oh, damn. But smoke's going up from both teams here. Brim does still have two to work. Oh, now only has one more smoke to work with here. But this smoke is going to stall them out. Jet knives have been popped though, so it looks like they will be trying to entry with that jet alt there. They are all clumped up by Hookah, but they do have alts to work with. Viper Wolf and Techie though have so much map control. They know that this is going to be a B hit here. But unfortunately, the way that bind works, there's teleporters that could just bypass all of the map control that they have, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to all hop through TP, and all of a sudden this map control is pointless. But Viper Wolf could get a timing here and does get one on unrated, but unfortunately Orange does have the ult here, and Cell with the late rotation looking to do another clutch like he did last round. But it is a 4v2, but it is a crazy thing how powerful a Viper ult can be, especially when Porridge is the man in it. We will see here, can they get a spam kill onto Porridge here, because that will guarantee them this round. Porridge is good for one though, and Cell is good for another. How will this play out? With everybody being blind and the Cypher all being used, it's not looking like this is going to be a winnable round for KWM. Cell is going insane right now.
Oh my god!
Holds it down.
Porridge and Cell just showing what they got in that team. Timeout starting? Yeah, this is what I would like to see right now. Especially after that, all that momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think KWM just plays off site from Cell.
Yeah, now I will say I think
let them take the side. Let Cell take the side. That's what I tell my team right now. Let him in. Don't pay attention.
I think they're doing a good job at limiting Seo this half, but by doing that, all of a sudden it gave it opened a door for Cell to show why he is their franchise player, and he is sprinting through that door and just embracing the sunlight. Looks like they are getting ready, trying to call a few strats, pinging certain spots on B. So hopefully they're not just playing with me here, but they just used every single different call sign on the wheel, making me think that they might go B here.
Of course, gonna take this a little bit of a advantage and kind of just update you guys on one of the matches. So KWM Asphodel versus SCG is up 1-0, and Flaming Tanukis versus CS Asphodel is tied 1-1. Just to let you all know. Now we continue back to this.
All right, it does look like they are grouping up towards B. Now, they are on a save round here in KWM, so if they can pull this round out, all of a sudden, this looks like it could still very well be a winnable game for them. But this is going to be a relatively big round, an impactful round if SCG lets this one slip through the cracks. They are playing it semi-passively, and there is plenty of map control now on the A side. They do know that they are going to be getting ready for a B hit, and Ray is now has his ult, and now this is a very winnable round because they have the map control. They know they're on B, and they're getting ready. They're getting ready for this lurking rotator. I say you try to play retake here, instead of trying to stop this plant. But
Porridge knows.
Can Porridge get this
pick?
He decides. Viper decides to back away from it, being that he does not have the greatest weapon. I don't. Oh, he does. I do not blame him. But look at all of this post plant util, and they already are throwing that molly down. There is a Brim ult to work with. Cell does get a pick, and now Porridge on the pick as well. This is not looking good for KWM. They need to tap bomb and get this Brim ult activated. There it is, which is exactly what you need, especially from a save round. If you can get the other team to waste their ults, that's ideal. And this is a winnable round, and Ray might end up getting the timing, and he does. Now this is an excellent round from KWM. That was a non-lose situation because you've just now let KWM back into this game.
He ran out of bullets. He ran out of bullets, man, and I think that's especially when I'm playing and I run out of bullets and just get one kill to help you out. I'm very depressed. I'm depressed for Porridge right now. I got you, Porridge. I feel your pain, man.
And with a Brim ult used there too, that was a huge impactful round by KWM. That was an insane paranoia by Chugs. I think they may have gotten some wind in their sails right there. Now Techie holding that ult just for some tension, but Mako decides to get aggressive and is not scared of the fact that Techie has Rosa ulted every single time this game. Looks like they are opting to slow down here. They are still in a 5v4 situation, so this would be an unfortunate loss, but Unrated is able to get a wallbang on Anthony, and now this is a 3v5 situation with a Raze ult to seal this round if it comes to it. And it looks like it looks like KWM has no idea where they are. And they're all grouped up behind this slow orb from the chamber, and now they break it and get ready to execute. Unfortunately, Chugs is now going to be the only one on site. It'd be a miracle if he can clutch this one out again, but the one way comes down, and now this is looking quite unfortunate. Unfortunate that one way is actually helping Chugs instead and gives him a free kill, but Porridge is already getting ready for these lineups. You know that this is going to be tough for Chugs, and that it is. Chugs the lineup, I'm sorry, not Chugs, Porridge the lineup god is showing that he doesn't need to play on site.
Chugs, I don't think that was a bad play from Makoto trying to save his teammate there, but Chugs using it to his advantage just kind of was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you'd think your opponent would do, but hey, it worked out for him. Got a kill. Took a rifle from them. but I mean, it still got money. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
AO
Now-
going with the. We're looking to see an ult maybe.
Now,
Result?
unfortunately, they it looks like KWM is opting to play this
Yep.
as a force, which now becomes a
Oh!
must-win round. This is a round that they absolutely need to win because they're going to be doing a broken bye on the final round of the game, which could potentially
Woo!
seal the entire match. Anthony is able to get one, but unfortunately, it's not looking like this is going to be a winnable round here. Porrange is already setting up the lineups, and Ray is nowhere near sight. This is not going to be a winnable round, and if I am Ray, I want to save this rifle. There is no way I am going to try and throw my life away here.
I mean,
And now
AO
they know
getting
where
there
he
with
is,
the
and there
ult.
is so much time, and Sky has rechargeable flashes. I don't know if I like that play.
And we're gonna be looking maybe
Match point.
SCG looking to put the match away. Sayo getting that kill on Techie and then just going the CT, getting that other kill. That was just it's just too much for them to handle right now. Sayo with the 23-15-7. Ray
Yeah.
just not doing enough to make a team difference, but I mean, still good stat line for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, very clearly the franchise player for KWM. And they are opting to get aggressive, which is absolutely something that they need to do
Oh,
here. And
Techie, nice.
now it's looking like this could be a winnable round. It is a must-win. And Viper Wolf, does not catch the timing. And unfortunately, Porns, and this round is falling apart for KWM. They know that everybody is on A, and they are just going to hit TP. But they hear Porn, so they could have some timing on flank. But unfortunately, he probably will just be running onto site this time instead of playing lineups. Or they're going to catch them all on lineups. Surely he's not ready. Oh, that is horrible timing. And Techie, it's all up to him. Throws the nade, the flash comes out. He is vulnerable, and that is match 1, 1-0 going to SCG.
Their league stat. Yeah, I get you. I mean, SCG just 2-0 in KWM. KWM had a chance on Ascent, but not able to put that match away. Just SCG looked a little stronger here in Bind. Not really much you can do about it,
And
I think this is one of the things that you want to take into account. Make sure you VOD review, see what you could have done different.
Absolutely. And one thing to take into account as well is that this is the first match of the season. So there is some bright side with KWM in that fact, but you have to also think that, this is also the first match for the Elysium team of SCG as well, and they're most likely going to get better from here. So at this point, it is a battle to see who will get better faster, because I will say they did look relatively even with a slight edge, of course, to SCG there. So I will say I'm very impressed with both teams, but excellent first match.
I mean, oh my God, it's just too much for KWM. I think kind of just getting losing all those early rounds put them too much into pressure, and the pressure just got to them. But
yeah,
I don't want to say they were bad matches. They were both good matches, good maps, good things to learn from. Changed a couple of things, and then just refine what didn't almost work. So I think you, Paco, you get played. You start. Let's just do it, man. I want to see you play. You win there, man.
The
you
missing
win
link.
Yeah, you were the missing link, Paco. And we're gonna be just kind of taking a couple of minutes to see what we're gonna do next. I will update you guys. Still KWM versus SCG Asphodel. It's looking like it is an 0-3 on map 2. KWM up map 1, but SCG taking him 0-3 against that map. Map is going to be split. FT versus CS. Asphodel, map 3. It's split, and the scoreboard is looking like 7-5 in favor of Flaming Tanukis. I did see a 4-0 start from the beginning. Just saying. So that means Flaming Tanukis, my team, my homies, my brethren, my family, we coming up, baby. We have very bad starts, but we're just a end team, you know? um,
All right. Looks like we will go into intermission here, and we will see you in a moment.
quick intermission. All right, and everybody, welcome back to the ending of the stream. I mean, we're gonna end it off with the interview we have here with the Snowcat Gaming Celeram. Hello, he said
Hello.
hello.
Mhm.
And we have obviously fellow caster Paco as well. We're gonna be asking Celeram some questions and see what we got from now. My first and foremost, my first question for you, Cel. How you feeling about those matches? How you feeling?
Uh, Pretty good. Yeah. Good way to know what we're going against for the season. Nice warm up, something, some light. Gives a good little challenge.
So I'm like, okay, okay. One of my other questions I have is, so you had a very close first match. How did you feel about going into triple overtime and then going into that second map? What were your thoughts going into it?
Overtime, it's kind of scary, but just kept our cool. Uh, Tapped heads, and kept it pushing. Second
And
second map, you gotta come like with a nice fresh mindset. Can't let anything haunt you from the past. So just came in. We were like, we're better than these guys, so let's just swing.
right, right. And speaking of tapping heads, I mean, you had an amazing stat line first match, 24, 23, 17, with the team MVP on your back. Going into that second map, your stat line wasn't as crazy as the first one, but still, tapping heads you were, I will say that. And I just wanted to think, kind of like in halfway through the match, it started off as a KWM lead, and then it ended the first half with 6-6. Your stat line by then wasn't as crazy, but what were your thoughts? You want to kind of just tell us that motivation that kept you to, all right, now I tap heads on these kids.
Uh, I guess it's that pistol round. That's the pistol round is like a good momentum shift for us. You know, kind of get a feel for their defense. You figure out their setups and what they might go into it. And after that, man, it's just like just go in. You know,
Of course,
just
of course. Another thing is, I mean, your team, your Snowcap Gaming Elysium is very stacked.
yeah.
You have Makoto, you, Sayo, Porange, and Unrated. I mean, what are your thoughts? Like, I mean, obviously on paper that looks like a stacked team. The first match kind of looked a little bit iffy for you. Was it just the map, or was it just kind of you guys were getting a little nervy, or what's up with that?
I mean, no prac, man. No prac doesn't matter.
Oh, that's
Just
crazy.
yeah, you know,
All right,
talent better than hard work.
gotcha. And then
There
Paco,
you
you got
go.
any questions?
Yeah. So we are all aware of the big three of Celeron, Seo, and Mako
Don't
on
you can't forget,
SCG.
bro. Can't forget Shiro Neko, man. Shiro Neko's the goat.
I can't forget. I can't forget. Um, but having Porridge and Unrated in there, what do those two bring to your team in terms of calling, or like how do they mesh into that well-oiled machine of Sal Seo and Mako?
They bring lots of good ideas. You know, you would always think that's like us three taking the lead, but they come in with good ideas like just out of nowhere, and they're able to like help us win rounds that like may not have been winnable. Like Unrated had that good flank in mid, I think in overtime or something, and then
Yeah.
Orange had like hella good calls in ascent. He was like mostly strat calling on offense. So
Oh, well.
yeah.
Yeah, and not to mention the lineups as well. So, uh, but another question too. On Ascent, there was a match point before overtime had started where KWM opted to call a timeout, and Flash had brought up the point that that could have helped you guys. Did you use that timeout to kind of settle your nerves and figure out what you wanted to do during the final round, or what could have been the final round of map one?
Yeah, we definitely used it to our advantage. Like why would they call a timeout on match point for us? Like for them actually. They have most of the momentum. But you know, we used the timeout well. Orange had a good strat call and we just went in the server and executed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, will let you go now. That is all from me, and I do believe that is all from us. here at the casting desk. So I will say it has been a phenomenal day
Wait, wait,
two,
wait.
match 2.
Hold on, give me
You have
one. One
something?
last question. One last question. I want to know. I have to know. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have to know. So,
What?
you're the
Yeah.
season 3 rookie of the year. A fellow Flaming Tanuki champ. Do you have anything to say to Zaf, your fellow teammate, which won the MVP from last season? Are you coming for that MVP this season, or what's up?
Nah, you can have it. It's whatever, man. Pass. Yeah.
Everybody like that. Everybody like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's
Awesome.
going for the fan answer.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, go ahead, Fox.
He's my boy, bro. I can't diss him.
We all love
Of course,
Zaf.
of course. Yeah. Well, now I think that is all from us. So it has been a phenomenal match 2, day 2 of Elysium. But that is all from us. So I do believe the next match is scheduled here for Saturday. So next time you see us might be Saturday. So
Yeah.
that's all from me. Flash, if you have anything to say before we go ahead.
Kind of just give a score update again on the other matches going on. Flaming Tanukis are going to be down 8-11 on map 3. KWM will be, give me 1 second. KWM will be up 9-1 map 2. But other than that, that's it from me, guys.
Awesome. Well, that is it for me as well. I guess we will see you next time. Adios.